But yeah, so like you, make it a game. Run, time yourself. If not, skateboard. The guys have it easy. They can skateboard. They can do their.
What am I supposed to be?
I can't.
Yeah, I can.
It was just you.
Scooter.
Essentially, if you're starting to pack, let's say you're starting to pack up and you are planning to go over and work at Gardens, and you get a call and they say they need a lockout key, and you said, okay, I'm almost done packing up, and you just hurry yourself
Yeah.
so that you're leaving and getting there in 5 minutes instead of the 10 that you were anticipating.
Yes, McKinley.
So if you're doing something related to your RD job and then you get a call, this might be case by case basis, but would you say, okay, I'll be right back to the thing you're doing right then and go help them and then come back, or would you be like, 1 second, I'm going to do this, and then I'll be there maybe in 20 minutes?
You'd be able to prioritize that.
That is a case by case basis. Say it's a bond confiscation and you're working in the back office on something, you leave the back office, confiscate the bond. Say it's you're dealing with a fight and someone calls you for an ambulance call, that's when you go, that's actually that's something when you would then go either, hey, I need courtesy patrol to be here, or hey, I need to call another RD. Most of the time we know when I know when Greg's going home, or I know when Juliet's gonna be gone for the day. Like, normally we communicate that with each other, whether or not we're on duty. And so that's when I can, like, if there's a fight at the Villas, I'll call Greg and I'll be like, there's a fight at the Villas, you need to do that, I'm dealing with an ambulance call, I'll come over later to help out, that type of thing. So we got each other's backs. And it's prioritized.
You're gonna put it in the order of severity.
Yep.
Beautifully said.
Thank you.
Okay, what you need to know. This is stuff that we will hopefully go over because I do not know all of this.
We're gonna have a special
Don't say
day
that.
with Dave
Shield us from
Sample.
that.
But see, you guys thought I did probably.
Yes.
Where the water systems are.
Dave
Listen.
Sample actually in the admin meeting the other day says, I want to be a part of this. And I go, Dave, you already have a date.
Yeah.
I just haven't told him yet.
Where the water systems are, because we need to shut the water systems off if it's flooding. Where the emergency kits are, just in case someone needs something. How to deal with a flood/leak. What's really nice is the RAs should be able, and they will be, trained on how to turn the water off, but you may be called in to then deal with whatever happened. So that might be getting the little pumper thing that soaks up all the water, or getting towels from the EF linen closet.
They get so mad.
You never know. How to update a key. You will love SafeLock and Salto. How to update, reprogram a door. Sometimes you may need to call a fellow staff member to help you refresh your memory. Or sometimes you can just know how to do it.
Yeah. The batteries in the doors sometimes just decide to freak out, and so no one's keys work on them ever. So we have something that you can actually go and reprogram it so that everything's good, but very few people have that knowledge. You will be one of them, and it's not the easiest process by any means, but
There's just a lot of steps
yeah, I mean,
that you
if-
have to remember.
if you don't, I mean, again, that's something like people are literally can't get into their room
Yeah,
because of it, and so you need to be able to.
to work your
fix it.
magic. Where the linen packets are to give to EF. EF normally calls Saturday, and I'm sure this is going to change a little bit, but EF comes to the desk with new residents, and you RDs are the only ones with access to the linen closet, so you have to go down the desk, get them the amount of linen packets that are needed. And then how to navigate through StarRes. This goes back to understanding the occupancy graph, knowing how to figure out what rooms are available, who's in what room, how to get incidents, reports, and working through judicial, that type of thing. Incidents you may come across. Breaking up fights. Now, sometimes we teach you guys not to break up fights. Let them do what they do, courtesy patrol step in. But sometimes you have to just go with your instincts and break up a fight. Dealing with uncooperative rooms. A lot of the times RAs will call you if there are a lot of residents and say courtesy patrol is unable to get there, or say courtesy patrol is already there. If you step into the room and you're a resident director, most of the time, by saying you're a resident director, it gets people to calm down a little bit, respect you a little bit more. They see you a different light than they see the RAs in courtesy patrol, and you sometimes can have a better grasp of the situation and solve it in a calmer, easier way. Talking to police about weapons, weed, or PNG. It's PNG, right? PNG
Personal
persons.
hunger.
So I love the firefighters and the police officers, and you will get super close with them because you will be the one that directly talks to them about issues that occur. Sometimes Anna's going to be coming into the situation depending on how high level the situation is. With the firefighters, just so you guys know, this is for your knowledge, they do recognize me on the streets and they do honk their horn and say hello. So
Really?
yeah, it's really nice.
That's nice. They're
On the
really
streets.
attractive.
James,
On the
looking
streets,
forward to
the corners. Assault situations. Sometimes there will be assault situations, and residents do not feel comfortable with the RAs in the situation, or parents don't feel comfortable with RAs dealing with the situation, and that's when police come into play. And this is these are situations that you do not want a bunch of people knowing about. And that's why if
someone has been assaulted.
for example, last year during Halloween, there was a resident that came back, explained to us that she had been raped. She couldn't find her phone, she couldn't find her friends, she was freaking out. We had to call foot patrol. It was me and Jamie at the time. And I called in Jamie because I personally didn't want to have to deal with that by myself, and that's the same case. You guys will get called in just to comfort your RA sometimes, or to, let them continue on with their job if they have to do smaller situations so you can take on the more heavier situations. All these types of incidents that you may come across, these are things that is nice to write in an email and send to Anna and the rest of the RDs, or to Dave, the admin, explaining to them what had happened that night. Maybe not the assault situation, but say about a PNG person. Hey, Logan Kosher, we're having issues with him being on property still, and so if I see him at night, or if I've talked to the police or talked to him, I'll send out an email saying, hey guys, just so you know, I talked to Logan Kosher today. I told him that if I see him one more time, we're calling the cops. No warning, do the same. It's same with you guys with the duty binder, with room situations, but these are just heavier, more extreme cases.
Can he be arrested for being there?
Yes, when you're PNG, you can be
I'm going to be sending you guys out a list, actually, every RA and admin staff of who's been PNG'd.
With pictures?
Yeah, with pictures. That's on my to-do list.
Yes.
So there's just
Big
one
list.
question I have about roommate conflicts.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the times I notice residents will go to RDs because they don't think their RA can do anything, but I still don't get what an RD could do that an RA couldn't about it.
An RA, a lot of the times when you guys are dealing with a roommate conflict, you have to then come to us and ask us, hey, can we move this person, or go to Mama Law. We kind of have that authority to say, yes, we can move them. If it's an emergency situation, we'll be able to give you an answer right away. Residents may have come to you guys from prior situations with that roommate, and they may feel, and it's not that you guys aren't doing a good job, but something might have happened that sparked the situation again, and they might feel going to you will not solve the problem. So going to someone else will solve the problem. It's just like if your waiter sucks you're not gonna keep going to him saying like, hey, you need to bring my bread, you need to bring my bread. You wanna call the manager and go, I want my flipping bread.
You're
Give me.
applying the RA sucks.
Well, no, but I'm, you know,
I know what you're saying.
you know what I mean?
No, waiters get busy and they forget.
Yeah, and it's not
Just
that they
RAs
suck,
forget
it's
to do
just in their
things.
heads,
Don't say it's
they're
sorry.
thinking, hey, I was an RA, okay, I know what you guys are dealing with.
I understand.
Okay, does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's pretty much just like moving. Like you can, I don't know. I just noticed a lot of residents just think an RD could do something other than moving like magical. And just what are they gonna do?
Yeah, and to be honest, it's,
It is magical.
The title of having director.
it is,
Yeah.
and that's same with talking to parents. We are, if not, sometimes I feel like an RA, like my brain's not the best brain in the world. I can't think the way some other people can think, but because I have, and I'm being honest, because I have resident director, I have more power in what I'm saying. Someone might say it better, some might have better information, but because I'm saying it, it comes across as better. Residents sometimes will want to meet with you about RAs. And that's where it gets kind of tricky, and you'll get this in your hearings a lot too. Brought this up in Greg's thing. Because sometimes they're drunk, sometimes they're not drunk, sometimes it's a busy night, and we understand that you guys have like a lot on your plate, and you might go to an incident and be just like at your maxed out point and react a way that you normally wouldn't react. But a resident might take that and find it unprofessional, be really upset about it, and that's when they'll come to us and want to vent. That's when you really do just listen to them, tell them, you know what, I'll talk to them. If it happens again, come to me personally. I think a good example of this is Anna would know, I don't know if I can say this, it's fine.
Sorry, I'm dealing with conduct. Say that again.